Hi everyone, Naumi here from Engineer. I'm also part of the Wikinomics team. Telling you today that the customer is not in control, you are. So what are we really talking about? We're talking about social CRM today. A lot of people are talking about social CRM, a lot of gurus, a lot of books being written about it. And the main messages that I'm hearing are, one, the customer is in control and that's the most important thing. And number two, it's all about conversations. We have to have conversations with our customers if we want them to buy our stuff. We have to engage them. Now, on the point of conversations, I accept conversations are important, engagement is important. We also have a ton of research led by Naumi Haque in our marketing group that talks about the importance of still broadcasting. Even though it's social media, you can still have an effective broadcast strategy. But I'll leave that to the side because what I really want to talk about is the other point around the customer being in control, which seems to be the main message that's getting out there. Now, what people often talk about when they say the customer is in control is all the social media that customers now have access to. So they're blogging, they're tweeting, they're on Facebook, they're creating groups, and in many ways they're affecting the brand in ways that weren't possible before. Really, they have a lot more leverage on the word of mouth messages that were getting out before because of social media. Now, what often is missing in that argument, and what I really want to talk about today, is that those same social media tools, and even actually more powerful tools, are also available to enterprises. And they're available to you, so you can leverage those to get the same type of benefit the customers are getting around the brand. And that doesn't mean simply just broadcasting in new ways, although that's still important. But it also means things like data mining, data analytics, and data integration. Social CRM is still CRM, and CRM was always really about engineering the customer relationship, and how can we create the most positive experience for customers. That doesn't go away. The engineering part, just because it's social, you don't stop trying to engineer the customer relationship. So let's just quickly talk about some of those, the data collection, the data analytics, and the data integration. Data collection, instead of just going and adding yourself on Twitter, searching your brand, finding out what people are saying, or creating a Facebook group, there's really powerful analytic tools and mining tools that will go out there and they'll scour the web for you. They're social media monitoring, or some people call them listening brand monitoring tools, that will go out there and they'll find mentions of your company's brand. So you can systematically see what people are saying about you. And there's also, in addition to that, text mining and sentiment analysis that will let you find out how people feel about you, what types of products they're talking about, not just your brand, but which specific brands or what different features and functions about your products are they concerned about. So you can get all that information, which gives you a little bit more control. So that's sort of the mining and the analytics that we're seeing. What's really missing, and I'm really surprised that no one's talking about this, is the integration piece. How can we integrate that with our processes? So, it's great if you have people in your contact center that are on Twitter and they're responding to customers. We definitely want to be responsive. But if that's not tied into your contact center processes, then how do you know if you're doing a good job? You don't. If you can't link people's social media profiles to the customer databases that you have in-house, to your CRM records, then that's not, to me, that's not really social CRM. Social CRM should be about rationalizing what you know about the customer from social media through powerful data mining and data analytics tools, and rationalizing that with what you know about the customer from your traditional customer databases. So if you do those things, and there's a ton of tools, and I know there's a lot more tools I could be talking about. We talk about them on Wikinomics. We also talk about them in our research on Engineera. But the real message I wanted to bring to you is that the customer doesn't have to be in total control. Think of it as a control odometer, if you will. On one hand, you have the customer being in control. They have things like blogs and social media tools at their disposal. There's new ideas like VRM, vendor relationship management, where really the customer manages the relationship with enterprises. things like privacy and privacy advocacy on one hand of the control odometer, and on the other hand, you have things like data mining and data integration, which really puts the control of that customer experience back in the hand of the enterprise, which is, as an enterprise, what you want. Now, I'm not saying conversations aren't important. They are. You still want to have conversations. You still want to engage customers. But next time you hear some social media, social CRM guru tell you that social CRM is really about the customer being in control, think about that for a while and think if that's really the position you want to be in, and what can you do to sort of take some of that control back so that you can offer a better customer experience. And that's ultimately what it's about. Control doesn't mean manipulating customers. It means understanding them better so that you can deliver a better customer experience. Again, I'm Naumi from Enginera and Wiconomics, and the customer is not in control. You are.